My wife signed me up for the carpool thing. That's technically true. I mean, I agreed eventually, but the original idea came from her. For context, I worked from home for years doing insurance processing. Nothing exciting. Lots of spreadsheets, claims, forms, emails, good money, quiet life. Too quiet maybe. After COVID, I just stayed home. A lot. You tell yourself you're saving money, avoiding traffic, avoiding crowds. Then suddenly you realize you've gone 3 days without speaking out loud. Not because you're sad, not because your life collapsed, just because routines settle around you. My wife noticed before I did. She started making comments. Small ones. You should get out more. Go somewhere. Talk to people. Normal marriage stuff. Eventually, she found some regional rideshare community online. Not Uber. More like organized long-distance carpools. People heading to nearby cities, splitting gas money. Weekend trips. Group rides. Apparently, people used it to meet others. Make friends. Whatever. She signed me up for Saturday, route heading west. 3-hour drive. 5 passengers. Coffee, stop halfway. Simple. I remember standing in a grocery store parking lot at 7 in the morning feeling ridiculous. Cold air. Gray sky. Travel mug in hand. Thinking I was too old for awkward social experiments. First driver was named Melanie. Mid-30s maybe. Friendly. Nervous energy. 2 other riders arrived. College kid. Older woman. Normal people. Then another guy climbed in a back seat. Late 40s. Brown coat. Average looking. Really average. That's the weird thing. I couldn't tell you anything specific about him now. Not height. Not hair. Nothing. Just average. He nodded. Said morning. Everyone said morning back. That was it. 3-hour ride. Normal conversations. Weather. Road construction. Restaurants. Nothing strange. At one point, the college kid asked how everyone joined. Melanie explained. Older woman explained. I explained. Then someone asked brown coat. He smiled. Said, been doing a while. Conversation moved on. I remember that because afterward I realized nobody asked his name. Not really strange. People do awkward social things constantly. But afterward I noticed it. We reached destination. Everyone got out. Done. Following week, Melanie messaged group. Said good ride. Suggested another route. People agreed. I joined. Second ride started normal. Different passengers this time. Different car. Different route. Half hour into trip, I looked up from my phone. Brown coat sat beside me. I remember blinking. Not because I felt scared. Because I genuinely didn't remember him arriving. At all. I thought maybe I'd missed introductions. No big deal. Then driver asked, everybody good? People answered. Brown coat nodded. Again, nobody used his name. Again, conversation moved on. About 40 minutes later, we stopped for coffee. While standing inside line, I asked another rider quietly, what's that guy's name? He looked confused. Who? I nodded toward brown coat. Pause. Then, actually I don't know. We laughed. Small awkward laugh. Then he said, Melanie's friend maybe? I shrugged. Made sense. Except Melanie wasn't there. Different driver entirely. The thought sat in my head afterward. Not heavily. Just enough. Third ride happened 2 weeks later. I almost canceled. Not because of brown coat. Work stuff. Life stuff. But my wife pushed me. Said I seemed happier afterward. Honestly, maybe I was. People need people. I guess. This time, 6 passengers. SUV. Cold rain outside. About an hour into drive, someone started discussing seat assignments from pickup. Who rode where? Small pointless conversation. Then a woman frowned. Counted. Counted again. Wait. Everyone looked over. She said, there were supposed to be 5. Silence. Driver checked app. 5 names. 5 passengers. Then looked around. 6 people. Nobody spoke. Not immediately. Then somebody laughed. Said maybe app glitched. Everyone sort of accepted that. Because what else do you do? Seriously. Think about that. You're in a moving car with strangers. One person seems extra. You don't immediately scream. You don't accuse somebody. Social pressure is weird. You search for safer explanations. Driver laughed awkwardly too. Conversation shifted, but atmosphere changed. People got quieter. I kept noticing brown coat afterward. Not constantly, just enough. Different rides, different drivers. Always there eventually. Never arriving, never introduced, just present, and nobody reacted strongly. One guy once asked, "You riding to Dayton too?" Browncoat smiled, said, "For now." That answer bothered me, not because of words, because conversation ended immediately afterward, like nobody wanted to follow up. Months passed. Not every ride had him. Maybe half, maybe less. I considered saying something directly. Never did. Hard to explain why. Because every time I decided to ask, something felt embarrassing about it. What was I supposed to say? "Excuse me, where did you come from?" People would think I was insane, or rude, or both. One Friday evening, my wife finally noticed something. I mentioned brown coat casually. She asked who he was. I realized I couldn't answer. Couldn't even describe him properly. That annoyed me. Actually annoyed me. Because I'd ridden with him maybe 10 times. Maybe more. And all I had was brown coat. Next morning, I opened app history. Past rides. Passenger lists. No brown coat. Ever. Not once. I sat there a while. Then convinced myself I forgot names. Simple. Easy. Except later that day, I texted Melanie. Asked if she remembered him. Long pause. Then, "The guy who always comes." I stared. Immediately called her. Asked his name. Silence. Then, I don't know. That was first moment I felt actual fear. Tiny amount. Not panic. Just enough. Because somebody else noticed. Melanie sounded uncomfortable too. She kept laughing during conversation. Nervous little laughs. People do that when reality slips a little. Toward end, she said, "I thought you knew him." Then, I actually thought everyone did. I stopped using rideshare after that. For maybe 6 weeks. Life normal. Work. Dinner. Television. Ordinary stuff. Then my wife had surgery. Minor thing. Outpatient. Nothing serious. But afterward, I needed transportation across state for family pickup. Car issues. No options. I booked one final ride. Just one. SUV. Night drive. For passengers. No brown coat. I actually felt relieved. Really relieved. For first hour, things stayed normal. Road dark outside. Rain tapping windows. Driver playing low music. Then we stopped at a rest area. Bathroom. Coffee. Stretched legs. 5 minutes. Everyone returned. Driver started counting seats. Frowned. Counted again. Then looked back. 6 passengers. Nobody spoke. Not immediately. I looked. Brown coat. Back row. Hands folded. Looking outside. My chest tightened instantly. No confusion anymore. No uncertainty. Just this awful, heavy feeling. Because I knew. Driver looked uncomfortable. Really uncomfortable. Then quietly asked, "Did somebody get in?" No answer. Older man beside me shrugged. Young woman stared downward. Nobody moved. Nobody said anything. Then brown coat turned slightly. Not toward anyone. Just enough. And said, "No." Silence. Absolute silence. Driver looked around. Waiting. Nobody helped him. Nobody wanted responsibility. That's the truth. People imagine they'd act differently. Maybe. But I remember exactly how it felt. Cold. Small. Trapped. You want somebody else to speak first. Driver finally nodded slowly. Started driving. Nobody talked. 40 minutes passed. No music. Nothing. Rain. Road noise. Breathing. Then brown coat said quietly, "We miss someone." Nobody answered. Driver looked in a mirror. What? No response. Just silence. 10 more minutes. Then, "We should go back." Driver said, "No," immediately. Firm. "No." Then brown coat. "We forgot somebody." I remember every hair standing on my arms. Because suddenly everyone looked uncertain. Really uncertain. Like they were checking memories. Checking themselves. Young woman frowned. Actually said, "Did we?" Nobody answered. Driver kept saying no. No, no, no. But softer each time. Less certain. Then older man said, "Wait." Silence. Was there another person? I felt sick instantly. Because you could feel it happening. Not supernatural. Human. That awful social uncertainty spreading. People searching each other's faces. Driver slowed. Actually slowed. Then brown coat said, "Turn around." Very calm. Very normal. Driver started crying. Not loudly. Just sudden tears. Hands shaking. Kept saying, "I don't remember." Nobody moved. Nobody helped. Then the SUV drifted. Tires hit shoulder. Everyone shouted. Vehicle spun. Metal screaming. Glass. Everything happened fast after that. Very fast. We hit guardrail. Hard. Hard enough airbags exploded. I remember smell immediately. Burned chemicals. Blood. Rain. People screaming. Then silence. Not total silence. Distant traffic. Engine noise. I looked around. Driver alive. Young woman alive. Older man holding shoulder. Chaos. Absolute chaos. Then I looked back. 5 passengers. Not 6. 5. No brown coat. Doors still locked. No broken window. Nothing. Police came. Ambulance. Statements. Hours. Nobody mentioned another passenger. Not once. I almost did. Almost. Then stopped. Because every time I tried remembering his face, really remembering, I got nothing. Nothing. Months later, Melanie called me. Out of nowhere. First thing she asked, how many people were in your last ride? I sat there a long time. Then said, 5. Long pause. Then she started crying. Quietly. And said, okay. I asked what happened. She never answered. Hung up. I haven't used rideshare since. My wife asks sometimes. Says it's strange I stopped so suddenly. I tell her the accident bothered me. Which is true. Partly. But sometimes I think about one thing. Not brown coat. Not really. I think about the driver. Because right before we hit the guardrail, right before, he looked into the mirror and whispered something. I only heard it because everyone else was yelling. He said, then who got out at the rest stop?